Following up on the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, during a press conference on Wednesday, said the emergency rule declared by the president halted the Rivers House of Assembly's impeachment proceedings against Governor FUBARA and his deputy. While speaking to journalists at the State House in Abuja, the AGF insisted that the president acted within the ambit of the law.
My people, things they happen. So Fubara should be happy that he got suspended instead of impeachment. Wow, that's good. Our merciful president, that's good. That's a good one. No wahala sha. All I know is that truth cannot be hidden. It can only take a while, but it will surely surface. Make we delight to ourselves. One day this truth that we are trying to hide will show before our very own eyes, because truth cannot be hidden. All the people who knows what law says said that it is unconstitutional for our president to suspend a democratic elected governor, but it is done now and nobody can question him. There is no consequences for our actions in this country. That is why those in power will do things and get away with it. Anyway, guys, let us watch the video. When we return, we'll continue. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, comment, and share. Thank you.
Following up on the declaration of a state of emergency in Rivers State, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Lateef Fagbemi, during a press conference on Wednesday, said the emergency rule declared by the president halted the Rivers House of Assembly's impeachment proceedings against Governor FUBARA and his deputy. While speaking to journalists at the State House in Abuja, the AGF insisted that the president acted within the ambit of the law.
Don't forget, I think yesterday there was a notice of impeachment from the House of Assembly. If that impeachment had been allowed to take its full course, then the governor would have lost entirely and completely. So in a way, if you say it's a compromise, I will agree that instead of allowing the impeachment process to continue, and which in the end would have seen both the governor and the deputy governor out of office and mean out for the entirety of the 4-year term with the remainder of what we have, I am certain that the president has acted timeously after giving them enough rope. When you talk of state of emergency, it's an extraordinary situation. Normally, you allow the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary to continue to function. But like I said, Section 308 envisaged that there might be situations in which extraordinary matters or events will come up, which will require suspending the normal rights or privileges of those who are involved. Things are not working in Rivers. So the justification is those who brought this to be, who caused this, must be shown in clear terms that you don't do it and get away with it. There must be consequences for our action.
There must be consequences for our actions. I mean, Dr. Abati, this AGF's press conference has been, analyzed and dissected, and he made a lot of contradicting sentences. I mean, especially this last part, him saying that those who are involved must pay. I mean, leaving out wike. I mean, did the governor just act by himself? Did he just decide to start fighting within his party? I mean, there was a huge factor, which is Governor Wike. But the AGF and Tinubu, none of them mentioned wike as a factor of the cause of the problem. And then he also went ahead to mention Section 308 in the Constitution, saying that they envisaged that there will be a problem in Rivers State, and that's why, the state of emergency was declared. And I guess the main crux of the issue in this particular video that I highlighted was the fact that he said, the president saved FUBARA from impeachment. And I heard your analysis this morning. I mean, that would have been the better way to go. But how did they know that the impeachment process would have caused the governor to leave office? How do they know that? But let me just take one reaction, Dr. Abati. And this is from a video that's been circulating. In the meantime, a clip of Babajide Otitoju, an analyst on Journalists Hangout on TVC, condemning the unconstitutional removal of governors using Section 305 of the 1999 Constitution ahead of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's declaration of a state of emergency has gone viral. Let's take a look.
Based on the 1999 Constitution, you cannot have a state of emergency that will send a governor packing, that will send elected representatives of the people at the state level packing for a period of time. That was an antiquated law. Nigerians will have challenged Obasanjo that this law does not exist. But he used it in a number of states. An illegal law was used to send fellowship packing. There is no such thing. And I still hear people say, declare state of emergency. Nobody can declare a state of emergency in Nigeria currently, because we now know the law. Although many people don't know. What the 1999 Constitution precises in the state of emergency is that during that period, you can arrest people for 90 days without trial. It was an illegal law that Obasanjo used and got away with it. But after that, no Nigerian president
has tried it.
If anybody tries it, that person will fail. It does not exist in our laws anymore.
All right, Dr. Bati, you said he was referring to the State of Emergency Act 1961.
On the basis of which the Tafawa Balewa government removed the government in the Western region in 1962 and appointed Dr. Maje Kudume as the sole administrator. But what people should also realize is that in that First Republic, we were running a parliamentary government. The premier himself was a member of parliament. So first among equals. So once you dissolve the system, it was based on that State of Emergency Act of 1961. And that was why I said earlier on this program that we no longer have that law. That law, which was quoted during the Obasanjo period, did not exist. And that's the basis on which people are saying, the removal of democratic structures in the Ekiti and Plateau and was it Yobe State, was wrong under Obasanjo. And that, look, under President Jonathan also, that law does not exist. Some people have been saying it now exists. And now I'm saying that I have not seen a copy of this, their 2018 act that some people have been quoting. Maybe there was a bill, but I'm not too sure that it passed through the complete process. And in that light, even if that law exists, it's a subsidiary legislation. It cannot be superior to the Constitution. And to the extent that you have Section 1, Sub 2, you have Section 11, Sub 4, you have provisions under 305 also, and you have 188, that law, if it exists, is to the extent of its inconsistency with the Constitution, null and void. Simple. Trite law.
Very well. But this TVC journalist, he made all these comments way ahead, right before Tinubu's broadcast, before the declaration. Did he he checked his mouth. Go ahead.
Go ahead. That's why we say people should have integrity. He made all these comments before. But the man, he folded. He changed mouth afterwards. Guess what he was not quoting? He was not saying that somebody sent me about that emergency law. The TVC journalist, he was not quoting. No,
he's a very senior journalist.
I know, but with due respect, in this regard, you change mouths. That's just it.
How did he change?
We are talking facts.
What did he say?
Earlier, before now, Dr. Abati, he said all the right things before that decision was made. But next time, yes, and yesterday, at first he blamed FUBARA all through. Now he was not talking about the fact that there was an emergency law of 1961, 1962 that you were talking about.
There is 1961. Yes.
And he claimed that law, somebody sent in, that not be repealed. So people are changing mouth. See, when we should be able to call people out, we call journalists out when they go astray. That's the ethics of this job. We're not doing it because we are doing paddy of friendship here. We are saying it because that's just it. Coming back to the main matter at hand, as regards even the decision made in the first place. With due respect, it shows that Mr. Lateef Fagbemi, the Attorney General, didn't even have strong points of reference in his arguments. The point about the pipeline that was bombed, Oji, do you know that the pipeline started working back today? The pipeline is back on today. So all of that was just to be able to give somebody a bad name. That's just it. Let's call a spade here.
My people, did you just see what is happening? So even this man, Babajide Kolode Otutoja, that is working with the TVC, you know who his master is now, and he cannot go against his master. So what he said the right thing before they declare state of emergency in River State, and now he is now changing mouth. Can you imagine this country? I don't know when we will start telling ourselves the truth, regardless of who is involved, whether it is your mom, whether it is your dad, whether it is your son or your daughter. You just have to say the truth, because it's only truth that will set us free. So now they have suspended Fubara and said that he should be happy that he got suspended instead of impeachment. And those who knows what the law says said that it is unconstitutional for a president to remove a sitting governor who was elected into office democratically. But the deal has been done and there is no consequence, because of course they are the power of the day. Listen, when we are ready to change this country, regardless of who is involved, we will start telling ourselves the truth. We will remove tribe, we will remove religion, and we will remove he is from my state, he is from my village. Only then we get it right in this country. Otherwise, we will just be playing around the bush. Guys, you've seen it now. A lot of injustice is being played out in this Nigerian that we are. No problem. Fubara, na seat. Now they collect from you. They not buy you. My own is that as they declare state of emergency in River State, they should also declare state of emergency on inflation, state of emergency on high cost of living, state of emergency on this electric tariff, state of emergency that we are buying a liter of fuel for 1,000 naira. They should declare state of emergency for this type of tough life that we are living in this country, because the thing they choke us, guys. Please, I will see you in my next video. Please like this video, comment and share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please also turn on the post notification so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be the first to get notified. Thank you for watching. Please stay safe and have dominion. Bye bye.